we really, a lot of my talk is going to be things that I've heard from a lot of other speakers, including Father Jerome. And he once said to the club kids that we all have an irreplaceable and unrepeatable life. Okay? And it's so true. Every single one of us have a life that no one else can live. There's no way that our life can be repeated by anybody else. So that means that you're special. And I know you guys are told that, you're really special. But no, really, you're really special. Your life is unique. No one else can live that life. So why not be you? Okay? Acceptance. It's hard. Okay, sometimes we don't even know who we are. So how can you accept yourself or have other people accept you for who you are if you don't even know who you are? And finding yourself is hard. Because how do you know who you are? Think about it. What defines you? If someone comes up to you and says, hey, who are you? You can say many things. One, you can say, well, I'm a human being, duh. The other one can be well, I'm Emmy, or I'm Tony or Jonah. Your name can define you. But is that really who you are? You can say I'm Catholic, I'm a student, I'm a girl, I'm a boy. You can say all those things. But what really defines you? The best answer that I've ever found is we're all children of God. Every single one of us. There's not one person here, there's not one person out there that is not a child of God. Now the term child of God is beautiful. I love the term child of God. Because a child, how many of you guys have seen children make mistakes? Right? They do some funny things, and a lot of them are on YouTube, right? We see little kids doing all this stuff, right? And it's funny to us because children do things that you're just really, why are you doing that? But they make mistakes, right? A lot of us make mistakes. But the other thing about being a child is that a child depends on someone, yes?
Yeah.
Right. How many of you guys have little brothers and sisters? Brothers and sisters, right? You see your parents, little ones, right? So you see your parents taking care of them more, because you're a little bit more independent, right? So they depend on your parents a lot more. You guys depend on your parents a lot more. So we're children of God. We have to fully depend on God, okay? And it's hard. It's hard to depend on someone. Because sometimes you're just well, why do I need to depend on someone if I can do it all by myself? Truth is that sometimes it's really hard to do it by yourself. Okay? And being a child of God is something that sometimes we don't know we are because no one's told us before. Sometimes we just forget that's who we are. And I'm here to tell you guys are all children of God. And you guys are all very loved. Okay? Every single one of you. I love being called a child because it reminds me that I can make mistakes. I'm not perfect, So let's think. What have you done to search for your identity? Okay? I've searched in places and I've been around people that I never thought I'd be around. Because different things, different people, drive us. Different people will drive us to be certain things. You want to try things out. In high school, I tried a lot of things out. None of them were really bad. But I've done, I've tried things. I tried one hat, I tried one mask, and the other, and I just was trying to find myself. Okay. Now, I know you guys are just what's going on here? I'm a very, I like presentating things. Okay. So, what did I say? You guys were all children of God, right? Children of God. So the children of God is going to be represented by white Play-Doh. White Play-Doh, right? And so we're all children of God. Right? And then there comes to a point that we're trying to figure out who we are, right? And so we put different masks. The first one is, can everyone read it? Anger. So anger, in my book, is represented by red, right? And we get our white, the child of God, our real definition. And we combine it with red. We combine it sometimes with anger because we're afraid and we're angry that no one's going to accept us. So you use your anger to kind of just well, I don't really care. If you don't want to accept me, that's fine, I don't care. But you're combining it with your child of God, right? And it's so intertwined with it, right? The second one is confidence, right? Confidence, purple, okay? And it's so hard to do this with a mic. Purple, right? Confidence. And sometimes you're overconfident and you think, I don't need anybody else. You don't need anybody. So you have that fear that, you're going to fail at one point. I'm so afraid this is going to fall. Okay, blue. Does anybody want to guess what blue is? Sadness. Very good. You guys are so good. You guys are so good. Look at you. Yeah. And I don't know why Brian put his glasses there. Maybe he's trying to tell us something.
I associate blue with awesomeness.
So this is blue, sadness, right? Sadness. And sometimes, we're so sad because we're trying to find love in someone else or love in something else. A love that only can be given to us by God. Like the only perfect love can only be given to us by God. Okay? Green is, anybody?
Jealousy?
Happiness! What? Happiness. Yeah, this is a tricky been yellow. Okay, thanks. Okay, so this is green. Green. And then it's intertwined, right? And, sorry, Brian. I killed your glasses.
Sadness.
See, it worked out. I told you. Okay, and then yellow is denial. When you deny what God's truly calling you to be. Okay, and what is God truly calling us to be? His children. Okay, so then sometimes like me, you try all these on, right? And you literally become a mess, okay? Like you are just so confused and you have no idea what you are anymore. You're like, what am I? Okay, I don't know. What is this? What color was this? I don't even know. Okay? And to us, we look at this and there's no way you can separate this. Can you go through and separate all the white parts? Probably not, right? Probably not. It's going to take a long time. If not, it's probably not going to be able to happen, right? But if you give this to God, give that to Him, He's going to be able to do it. Why? Because God's love is always enough. Whatever we've done for acceptance, it's going to be enough. Okay, His love is going to be enough. And we're going to be able to be His children. I mean, we're always His children, but we're going to be able to define ourselves as His children. Okay? I'll tell you guys a story. And I'm going to start it off like everyone. When I was your age, right? But literally, no, really, when I was your age, really, when I was your age, I had a best friend. Her name was Christina. Okay, me and Christina were bestest of friends. We were friends since middle school. And she went through with all my little phases. So I had a phase where I was I don't care about the world, I'm good, I'm really, really good. I had a phase where I'm better than everyone, I had a phase where I was so sad, and everything. I had a phase that I was oh, I'm all good, trust me, I'm good. But she was with me all throughout. Then it happened that I decided that I wanted to be happy. And my pursuit of happiness led to my acceptance, right? So I decided that I was going to be like the girls in my school that were very happy. So these friends, right? They never told me what I needed to do. It was just kind of implied, right? Because no one really tells you if you want to hang out with us, you got to do this. It's not like Mean Girls, so you can't sit with us because you're not very cute. It's not like that really, right? I mean, it's like that sometimes, but in my case, it wasn't like that, And Christina had a crush on this boy. His name was Jonathan, and she had a crush on him for a year and a half. And Jonathan actually asked me out, and I was like, oh no, I can't do that. So I told my friends, and my friends were like, girl, you should really date him. Why not? And I was just like, oh, I can't. My best friend, Christina. And they were like, do it. Just come on. It's not a big deal. Just do it. You deserve that. You deserve that happiness. Come on, do it. Plus, he's really popular. He's going to get all the people to, accept you and be cool. So, I did it.
Oh, Emmy.
Yeah, I did it. And, I'm not proud of it. This is the first time I ever shared that story for obvious reasons. But I actually did do it. I did it. And she talked to me. She was still my friend. But she moved away the next school year. And I never saw her again. And I realized that I really chose these friends for a friend who really stood by me. And I didn't even like the guy. That's the saddest part. I didn't even like him. I only dated him just because the other girls told me to do it. And it was sad. And so I defined myself as a horrible friend, and I pretended that I was all good, and I was pretending I was fine, but I really felt like a bad friend, And then I didn't know how to be a friend anymore. So when I gave myself the opportunity to come to Life Night and to really learn what friends are, to really learn how God loves us, I was able to learn what love is, right? And how to be a good friend, right? So what I'm trying to say with all this is that God's love is all powerful, right? And I keep on saying that because I want you guys to remember that, okay? I want you guys to always remember that. God's love is really, really powerful, okay? And we have to give ourselves to God. We have to give this to God, right? And sometimes we're scared because sometimes if we give this to God, what if God gives us something that we don't want, right? What if God gives us an identity that we don't want to do? Like Tony said earlier, it's hard to be a good Catholic. It's hard to be happy, right? Because it's not easy right now, But it is our identity. We are all children of God, and we are all called to live as a child of God. And our identity of child of God is going to lead us to our ultimate goal, which is what? Sainthood. How many of you guys want to be a saint? How many of you guys are too scared that you guys are too bad to be saints? How many of you guys think, okay, well, Mother Teresa, Blessed John Paul II, Saint Augustine, somebody help me with more saints, all these saints, right? Saint Jerome, all these saints, right? You look at their lives and you're just like, there's no way I'm going to be that holy. Well, you know what? Don't be them. Be you guys. You guys are all living your own life of sainthood. You guys are all going to be your own personal saints. Okay, your guys' own experiences is going to lead you to that sainthood. And like Father Jerome said in his homily, and I was actually going to say it and you took it. Matthew Kelly, right? He says, be the best version of yourself. That's it. Be yourself. Be who you are, Run into things, play with your hair, do what you are, but be the best version of yourself. Never let acceptance of someone else, okay, take you away from you being the best version of who you are. Because God loves you, every single one of us. Just like we all love that child who does something really, really silly. Okay? God loves us. Sin breaks his heart. It does. But he loves us. He's going to love us as a hot mess like this. This is a gross mess right here. Or as a slightly mess. Like a little slight mess. He's going to love us no matter what. But you just have to give yourself to that. And you have to accept his love. Okay? That way you guys can also feel accepted by him. So give yourselves to him. Jonah is going to come up and he's going to talk about his experience with the sacraments. So can I have Ron also?